discuss about factoring by GCMF. So GCMF here would mean Greatest Common Monomial Factor. Okay, so let's go right away to our first example. We have here 12x minus 9. So by the way, let's partition first our terms. When I say partition, I mean let's cut first. Okay, so we actually cut or divide our terms using only plus or minus. So this one here, the 12x minus 9, we can cut it like this. So that one now is going to be two terms. We have 12x on the first term and then 9 on the second term. Okay, so I will just delete that one first. There. So we have 12x and the 9, right? So what do we do is actually the GCMF is somehow the same concept with GCF. Okay, so first thing is let's start with the numbers or the coefficients 12 and 9. What is the number or the largest number that can exactly divide 12 and 9? Well, actually, that should be 3, right? Because 3 is the largest number that can exactly divide 12 and 9. Okay, maybe I'll just change the color of this one first. Okay, there. Again, we have 3, right? So now, what about the variable? So on the first term, we have x. However, on the second term, there is no x, right? There's no x here. So x is not part of the factor because again, GCMF means greatest common, okay? Common. It should be the common or the same. So there is an x on the first term. However, on the second term, there's no x, okay? So 3 is already our GCMF. Now, let's just divide. What is 12 divided by 3? That's going to be what? That's going to be 4, right? And then still we have the x here, there. And then 9 divided by 3, that will give us 3. Of course, we have here our operation, which is minus there. And to write our final answer, just don't forget to put here our GCMF a while ago, the 3. So the factored form of 12x minus 9 is going to be 3 times the quantity 4x minus 3. Okay, let's continue with our next example. So we have here 24x squared plus 14x plus, sorry, 14xy. Okay, so as you can see here again, how do we cut our terms or how do we partition? We only use plus or minus there. So we have here 1, 2. There are two terms here. Okay, so let's start first with the numbers or the coefficients. So we have 24 and then 14. What is the largest number that can exactly divide 24 and 14? Well, of course, we have 2, right? Can you think of any other number larger than 2 that can exactly divide 24 and 14? I guess there's none, right? It's only the number 2. Now, let's go with the variable. We have here x squared, and then we have xy on the second term, right? Now, do we have common variable? Yes, we have. And that's actually the x, right? That's going to be part of the GCMF. Excuse me. Okay, now regarding the power, sir, what do we put? Because there is x squared and then there is the x, right? What you do is you check the powers. What's the power of x on the first term? We have 2. The power of x on the second term is 1. What do? You just choose the one with the smaller power or the lower power. And that's actually the 1, right? X raised to 1. But do we need to write x raised to 1? No need, right? So simply, our common factor or the GCMF is the 2x. Now, what do is let's just divide. Okay? What is 24 divided by 2? That will give us x. Now, we have here x squared divided by x. Again, we have this one, this rule, right, in loss of exponent. the quotient rule. So x squared over x, that's going to be what? X raised to 2 minus 1, because this one here has a power of 1. So that's going to be what? X raised to 1. However, we don't write x raised to 1, right? So simply our answer here is x. So x squared divided by x, it's going to be x. Then you put here the plus. Okay, now what's 14 divided by 2? That will give us 7. X over x, simply cancelled, right? Cancelled. Now we have y that's left there. Now, what do we do to finalize our answer? Just put here on the left side the GCMF, which is 2x. Okay, so that's our first two example. Let's have another two sets of examples for us to further understand regarding this topic. Okay, so we have here, okay, this is our given um, 18g squared minus 12g squared. Okay, so, okay, for a while. What if we just actually made this one here? Let's make this 2 here as 3. Okay, let's just make this one as 3 so that it's, a bit different because it's both squared. It's so easy for you. Okay, let's make the first g as g raised to 3. Okay, so now let's continue. So we have here 18g cubed minus 12g squared. Okay, so how do we factor this one, sir? Okay, again, let's start first with the numbers or our coefficients. So we have here 18 and 12. So what's the largest number that can exactly divide 18 and 12? That's gonna be what? Mm, it should be 6, right? Because 18 and 12 are divisible by 6. I hope you're able to follow that one. And again, if you will try to think, there is no more other number larger than 6 that can exactly divide 18 and 12. Now, let's go with G. On the first term, we have here G cubed. On the second term, we have G squared. Okay? So it's very obvious we have common, right? It's common. So again, greatest common monomial factor. But, okay, let's put first the G here. So the G, there, G. Okay. So, as you can see, we have different power, right? The power on the first one is 3, the other one is 2. As I mentioned a while ago, in doing this factoring thing, you choose or you select the one with the lower power. So we have here g squared there. Okay. Again, I use the one with the lower power, not the 3. Okay, I choose 2. Okay. Now, let's divide. What is 18 divided by 6? That will give us 3. Now, we have here, that's going to be what? G raised to 3 over g raised to 2. This one. Sorry for my g, it looks like 9, but it should be g, okay? So how do we do quotient rule? Simply we copy the common base, we subtract the exponents. It's going to be what? G raised to 1. But we don't do g raised to 1, right? So simply, g cubed over g squared is g. You copy the minus. Now, next, 12 divided by 6 is going to be 2. Okay, g squared over g squared. So same base, same power. Or like you're dividing the same number or same value by itself. Simply cancel. Okay, so 12 divided by 6 is simply 2. There. Now, what's the GCMF a while ago? We have 6g squared. So this one here is our final answer. Again, this one here is 3, okay? There you go. That's our third example. Now, let's have the last example here. This one here is quite, interesting. So we have here 36 s raised to 6 t raised to 4 plus 27s raised to 4 t raised to 6 plus 9s cubed t raised to 8. So, as you can see here, we have how many terms? We have, let's count. Again, we count the number of terms using only plus or minus, right? So we have here one, two, three. Three terms. Okay? We have here three terms. Now, what do we do? Again, same rule. We will do the factoring first, right? Let's start first with the numbers. Okay? So we have here is 36, we have 27, and then we have 9. So what do you think is the GCF of those three numbers? So we have, obviously, we have 9, right? Because 36, 27, and then 9 are divisible by 9. Okay? Next. Let's go with the variables. So we have here S, because all of them, they have S, right? We have S raised to 6, S raised to 4, and then S raised to 3. But the question is, which power do we use? Do we use 6, 4, or 3? Again, as I told you a while ago, we will just use the lowest or the lower power, okay? In this case, it's the lowest power. So we have here 3, okay? So same thing with this one, raised to 3, S raised to 3, okay? Now, let's go with T. Because all of them also, all the three terms, they have T, right? But let's check the power. So we have 4, we have 6, we have 8. What's the lowest power? Of course, it's 4. There. I hope you can still follow that one. Now, let's continue. So let's divide already. 36 divided by 9, that will give us 4. Now we have here S raised to 6 divided by S raised to 3. Again, that's going to be what? Quotient rule. So simply, S raised to 6 minus 3. What's 6 minus 3? That will give us 3. There. Next, T raised to 4 over T raised to 4. Just the same thing. Cancelled. Then you put here plus 27 divided by 9. That will give us 3. Okay, next. S. S raised to 4 over S raised to 3. Again, quotient rule. What do we do is we copy the base, we subtract the exponents. So what's 4 minus 3? That's gonna be 1, right? But again, we don't no need to put the 1. There, that's the answer already. Next, what about the t? So we have here t raised to 6 over t raised to 4. So what should it be? So we have 6 minus 4, and that's gonna be 2. Next, plus here, 9 over 9, cancelled. Okay? S raised to 3 over S raised to 3, cancelled. Lastly, we have the t. We have 8 and then 4. So again, quotient rule. Simply 8 minus 4, that will give us 4. So this one is the one inside the parenthesis. And then let's just put our GCMF, which is what? The 9s cubed t raised to 4. And this one here is our final answer for the fourth example. Okay, I hope this one is clear already with you. Thank you.